Welcome everyone, and thank you so much all of you for coming to this wonderful exhibition and this amazing hotel. So tonight it's kind of a culmination. We have been in residency at this wonderful hotel, Exhibitionist, since May. And in July, we curated an exhibition of 16 women, and the work is here. And some are obviously over across the street as well. And the exhibition is called Focus on the Female, and it really was a project that we did under the auspices of Young Masters, which is a not-for-profit part of the Cynthia Corbett Gallery, which we founded in 2009. And we wanted to celebrate female artists, particularly since the pandemic and the horrible things we've gone through the last 18 months really disproportionately affected women. But we wanted to celebrate women and women in the arts, and we've been really blessed with the 16 artists that have graced us with their work. So tonight we're going to give a few awards and thank the artists that have been a part of this great exhibition. The work is for sale, and you will have, there's labels up, there are lovely little catalogs that we've produced, and there are QR codes as well. So if you want to use your phone and do that, you can see all the information. Before I introduce the wonderful judges that are going to give the awards tonight, I want to say a few thank yous. First of all, I really want to thank the Exhibitionist Hotel and Sarah, general manager, and her team. They have been fantastic. This has been our home away from home for the last, 5 months. And it has been really great, and I just can't thank them enough. They've all been so wonderful to us and made us feel so at home. And I think all of you would agree that it's just such a beautiful environment for showing art. It was designed to show art, and it really lends itself to that. I want to also thank all of the team at Cynthia Corbett Gallery and Young Masters, including our two lovely interns that are here tonight, Margarita and Grace. Thank you very much. Thank you to Andrea and Lindsay, who are not here. They've been fantastic. Thank you to Cristina Schek, who's taking my photo right now, who has done some amazing photography for us for this show and in general, and has driven an incredible social media campaign for us for this show and in the last 18 months. But I also wanted to say a special thank you to Anastasia Lander, who is here. Please identify yourself. And Anastasia has, she came on board in 2019 as the executive director of Young Masters Art Prize, and has stayed in that position, and also is now doing our marketing and communications, and has really been my right-hand woman through this whole amazing last 18 months. So thank you, Anastasia. So I'm a little out of practice, I must say. Anastasia told me I was, and I am. Because we haven't done many exhibitions recently. But I want to thank, so I'm going to introduce the judges, but I want to also thank some of our sponsors. We have been extremely lucky and fortunate to have support for this exhibition. Brownhill Insurance, and there's some little I think QR codes about them. They have been a supporter of Young Masters since 2012. They're a fantastic insurance operation, and they do a lot in the arts. So thank you to them. Thank you also to Virginia Knight, who is not here, but started assisting us and supporting us with Young Masters in 2019. And then tonight, we're very, very lucky that we have our two judges here that have spent the day looking at the wonderful art and and came up with some really, really important and lovely ideas and some prizes, and they will be some awards, and they'll be talking later about the artists, and but I want to introduce them. First, we have Vestalia Chilton, who's here with the wonderful hat. I'm really very fortunate to have met Vestalia. We met actually through Young Masters in 2012, so it's quite a while ago. And Vestalia is a professional in the arts and has just done incredible things for particularly the borough of Kensington+Chelsea. She is the founder of the Kensington+Chelsea Art Week, and she's the director of the Kensington+Chelsea Arts Festival. So it's incredible what she's been able to do in the last few years. And she also runs the arts program here at the hotel. And she invited us to be a resident, curatorial residency. So thank you so much to Vestalia, and we're really, really happy to have her support. And I think it's great to have a woman on board to be discussing the arts and the great plethora of work we have here. And I'm going to say a special thanks to Dr. Blatchley, who is one of our judges, but who has been really incredibly supportive to us. I think we met in 2004.
Yeah, about that.
And
we were 21.
Just near babies. And Dr. Blatchley is a fantastic patron of the arts and supporter of the arts. And in 2017, Chris became a patron for Young Masters and awarded the first Emerging Women's Prize. And then in 2019, he continued to support us and awarded the Women's Young Masters Women's Award. And during the last 18 months, which has been quite challenging, with Chris and I have talked a lot. And when he knew we were going to be doing this exhibition, he generously offered to be a patron again and assist us in supporting the program and supporting the artists with a few different awards. And I have to say, we really have to thank and give a round of applause to Dr. Blatchley, who, when he is not running around supporting the arts and women in the arts, he's just doing a few little things like running his optometry practice and finding a cure for migraines.
Oh, wow.
So a little busy. But and I really want to thank all of the artists that have given us such joy and such beauty at this time, and continue to work on their craft so wonderfully and with such dedication. And we're very lucky to have you all here. Thank you. And now to Vestalia and Chris. Thank you.
Good evening. So I stand behind here. It's a pleasure to be here. And it's a pleasure to be working with Vestalia too. We've had a great afternoon sort of working around and things. And it's interesting as me. I suppose I'm a wannabe artist really, because my art is in thinking rather than doing, I must admit, in terms of migraines and things like that. But there's one interesting part of migraines before we continue on this, is people that have migraines sometimes have aura, so it's a very visual thing with all sorts of strange things happen into their vision just before their attack. And many artists have painted these, and I just mention it because I see this, and I see art, and I see all of these things linked together. Now, I think it would start in 2017. Godfrey Barker was one of our judges, and I was working. He's very interesting person. But at that point, with that first prize for women, we were inundated with fantastic work by lots of women artists. And when Godfrey was doing the main prize at the time, he came along and the women swept the board. They did it. I think one man got one of the prizes. That was it. And he said about the time is changing. To all those men out there, be afraid, be very afraid. So, I think we've got an exciting time and thing. And sometimes there's a contradiction about the idea of having a woman's prize, but I think it's very important that we support and succour essentially the perceived disadvantage, if only these days, in value of women's art. You know, men march off with, you know, the Damien Hirst of this world at 10 million quid a pop, and it's time that there's all these beautiful art by women's artists that we should be celebrating, and that's what we're doing here today. I mean, first of all, what we've got is not everyone's a prize winner. So I just want to mention some of the people here that I've just got to mention really. Anne von Freiberg and Zhu Yang have got their Zhu Yang's that picture over there in the wall. But the lighting here is unfortunately there aren't any spots, so we can't do much about that. But both of those and Anne von Freiberg's tapestries have a Rococo element to them of their origins and their work and things like that. So I think they both need a mention. Jill Berelovitz, bronzes, I love as well. There's two of them there. And if I could slip one in my back pocket, which would be great, then I would take it home. Nicole Etienne has got pink Nirvana, but it's hidden away in a passageway over the other side of the thing. So you've seen a picture in it, go and have a look at it. It's really good, it's really nice. Amanda McCarver, with the poppies there, won the prize in 2019. And this is a small excerpt of that. It's an installation, and you don't see it in its full glory here. But the detail of their material, that she makes it by putting material on dissolvable paper, dissolves the paper and makes these things here, and it's all built and individual. And it's not just decorative, it's got a deeper, the emotion of it, you just go and you just enjoy. That's all I can say. Right. Now we've got the three awards that we've got. An award we've got an art. We'll start off with the art created during lockdown. We've got two prizes for that, and I'll come to that in a moment. We've also got an honourable mention for Yves de Haan, which we've moved over there. You can see that as a poster, which is very opposite, because it's sort of lockdown. It's the effects of lockdown, you could say, of Sarah Everard's sad demise. But text me when you get home. She's done all the other work with neon and things here. So we give an honourable mention. We can't. She's not here tonight, I think. The other the two prizes. Sorry, when does a prize become an award? I don't know. Award, yes. That's what I mean. Where does someone? Motto. In alphabetical order of those two, which are both an award for £500, the same. They're both equal and without order. The first one is Unabashed by Deborah Azzopardi, which is over there. It's a departure from her usual work, in that it's more. apart from it's in a sense, it's sort of, I don't know how to, well, Deborah, how would you describe it as being different?
Was it?
That's fun.
Yes, well, that's what I mean. It's no, apart from the fact, unabashed, and apart from the fact she doesn't have much nudity in her other pictures, that's not the point. It's a change in design and character about it, which is really beautiful. Go and have a look at it. The other one is Cristina Schek.
Oh,
Another surprise. Florence, she's got a picture which is now around there as well, called Florence Lightingale. It's a photograph, and you'll see. Well, you go and have a look at it. It's there. But essentially, it was created by her in a lockdown out of all the stuff that she has and hasn't got in her flat, and that's it. So props from there.
Thank you.
So there we are. That's the thing. Now I'm going to hand over to Vestalia for the Female Emerging Artists Awards, and then we're both jointly going to do the Focus on Female Award in a bit for the trip of these.
Thank you, Chris. That was wonderful. I'm not going to. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, thank you all for being here. This is an amazing moment to connect again and celebrate these incredible artists. Of course, when you have these awards, you don't realise how much work has gone into something. When you see a picture in front of you, sometimes there's years and years of preparation. And I know what it feels like to win something. You know, finally I've got something. So this is an important thing, and this is why we took so long to go through each one and discuss it with Cynthia and Anastasia, which brings me to a really important topic of the night. I'd like to also thank, because I had a brilliant thanks from you guys, but I would like to thank Cynthia and Anastasia for putting this on. How amazing have they been? Oh my goodness. And like I would like to, like you said, Cynthia, for 10 years or more now, we've known each other. This has been going on for a while. So congratulations to you for bringing so many young artists into the public realm and connecting them to the professional sphere. It has become a brand. People know and regard the prizes that Cynthia Corbett Gallery puts together. They're always high quality. The artists are incredible. The quality of materiality is amazing. The finished product is amazing. And usually there's a backstory to each individual artist that you work with. I'm so proud to have been having your residency here at the Exhibitionist Hotel. Thank you so much. And Anastasia, thank you for being the right-hand woman. You've been incredible to work with. Right, so now it's the most important part of the evening, the awards. We have the Focus on the Female Emerging Artist Award. What does that mean? That means exactly what it says on the tin. Emerging artist, someone who's been working tirelessly, chosen a career that's hard to forge, and is now beginning to be noticed by galleries like Cynthia Corbett. And this is a moment which could make that career become even more successful. So next year maybe it's no longer emergent, it's established. So, and we have the highly commended prize, and that goes to Polina Filippova. And if she is with us here today, congratulations. This is Polina's work here. You can see it on the side on the left. And the story of, thank you so much, and congratulations. The story of this work is actually quite interesting. The work is actually a beautiful commentary on lockdown as well, and it really inspired me because when you look at it, it's just a beautiful painting, but actually it responds to me as I walk closer to it. So in order to make this work respond, I have to make an act to respond to it. So there is a sensor on it that makes it move, which is so beautiful, which we thought was quite inspirational. So we think you've got a brilliant future ahead of you. And the main award goes to Rafaela Ascanio, forgive me, don't know why I'm fumbling here. Absolutely beautiful work. It is, I think it's called Bottoms Up. And I'm going to ask you to guess which one it is. We don't need to explain why this work is so fabulous. I think it grabs attention. It looks fantastic from all directions, doesn't matter which angle you look at it. We felt it deserved the first prize of the main award for this section. So congratulations, Rafaela. I don't think she's with us today, so we will send her the prize.
She will be very surprised and happy.
Brilliant.
When we tell her.
Chris, I think it's back to you, or shall I do the
Well, we
runner-up?
can do it together.
Okay.
Yeah, you do the rubber up.
Okay,
Highly commended.
Highly commended. So this is the biggest prize. This is a section called Focus on the Female Award, given to the artist who shows an exceptional understanding of their creative medium alongside an awareness of the feminine discourse. So the highly commended artist is Rebecca Harper. This is the work over there on the left. The judges felt that the work was brilliantly executed. You can see excellent quality in the depiction of the forms, and it's very beautiful and a very elegant work and consistent with all of her pieces. Actually, it's a fantastic artist, and I think watch this space. I think this is a very strong candidate.
And Laurel and Hardy here. The main award is Emilie Taylor with this ceramics. There's not ceramics, it's pottery. It's very interesting. Emilie lives up in Sheffield and comes from a very working class background. There's a lot behind it, and the work is absolutely fascinating. If you think of Grayson Perry, but better, I would say. At least Grayson Perry's not here, so I can say that.
Even if you were. I think that wouldn't stop you.
Essentially, she comes from there's a lot going on in those pots. I really like them. We discussed it, and Vestalia was going, oh, yeah, I really like it. And I was going, yeah, interesting. And I grew on me because they're very subtle. They don't have that brazenness of Grayson Perry, for instance. And you look at them and you go, yes. And then you start looking more. And for instance, all the backgrounds is a council estate in Sheffield. And the people are, she's been helping with kids, adolescents that have run into, sorry? Young offenders, yes. I mean, young offenders, adolescents, whatever, who have run into trouble with the law and giving them some meaning to their life and things. And correct me if I'm wrong. It's about there's some reference into
The Haan god as well.
Yes, there's a local pagan god in there that is related to all this, and I just think they're fabulous. I think they're absolutely fabulous. The more I look at it, the more you get, because you look at it and you just get, yeah, it's small. So anyway, there's Emilie Taylor, 6 pots. She's got this other work there. And again, oh, well, there's a plate up there as well, and there's a pot down
She's
there.
coming with us to collect 2022.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. And she's had quite a lot of shows. Where is it? There's a thing that you can look at somewhere about it.
There.
Yeah. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday is one of it's a catalogue of various shows and things like that, and it's just interesting to look at it. We'll leave it around so you can look at it. That's it, I think.
Chris, you've done an amazing job.
Yes, as usual.
As usual. Thank you. Thank you so much.
everybody. Thank you so much. I just want to say again, thank you to Vestalia and Chris for all their effort and for Chris's wonderful, incredible, generous support. And have an amazing night. There's wine and there will be jazz very soon. And there's a lot of art to see both here in this hotel and also across the way is Gainsborough Hotel, which is also owned by the Exhibitionist, and there's some gorgeous work there. We were invited again by Vestalia to be a resident there for a period of time, and there's two exhibitions there. One is called The Meaning Behind Materiality, which has a lot of beautiful ceramic work and textile pieces, and also some artists that are looking again at the art history, and we've called it Unpacking Gainsborough. So there's some fabulous art. It's all for sale, and we would love you to look at it and enjoy. So have a great evening. Thank you.